Good afternoon, Blue Devils, and welcome to Season 4, Episode 3 of Shs Today. I'm Valerie Sacco.
And I'm Grace Lumley. This week we have segments ranging from music to movies and even to social media safety.
First, let's take a look at our very own Dom Pappalardo presenting a recap on Salem High sports for this week.
Hi, welcome to Sports Review with Dom. Today we will be reviewing Salem High School's sports for this past week. The Blue Devils football team took a tough loss this past Saturday to Londonderry with a final score of 42-26. Josh Maroon ran for 114 yards and had 2 touchdowns. Riley Mulvey also ran for 60 yards and caught a 50-yard touchdown. Jack Miles had 2 catches for 28 yards and a touchdown. Starting quarterback Cody Clements threw for 50 yards and a touchdown and took a hard tackle and headed to the locker room with a shoulder injury. Noah Mustafa subbed in for him and passed for 66 yards and a touchdown. The girls' varsity volleyball team defeated Manchester Central 3-0 this past Wednesday. Their next game will be home against Manchester Memorial at 6:15. Be there to support your Blue Devils. That's all the time we have for today, Salem High. Thanks for tuning in.
We wish all our Blue Devil athletes good luck this season.
From on the field into the halls of Salem High School, we have Justin Brooklyn discussing new rules regarding the lunch passes.
Salem High School has been renovated for over a year now, and we have Dean Piacconi here to let us know why students are not allowed to leave the cafeteria without a pass. And we have 3 different students sharing their input on this newly enforced rule.
So it's actually not a new rule. We can leave the caf and be in the open space outside the marketing area, but it's a concern that students are in unsupervised locations. So as long as they're in a supervised location, that's fine. And we just can't have students just randomly in the hallways in case of safety emergencies, all of those reasons.
Like, it's kind of stupid at the same time as okay, because there's like some points in the day where we can't get passes from our teachers. So like every other day with the every other day schedule, it's kind of hard to go from a different teacher that you don't have during that day. And I don't think it's very useful for people who need to go somewhere and get extra help from teachers.
I feel like it's kind of, okay, well, I don't like it because I've been chased down before, but I also think it's a safety thing. Like, if we have kids roaming all over the school, who knows what's going to happen? But at the same time, like, they're a little strict. I think maybe you should have, like, a permanent pass if, like, you're allowed to go see a teacher, like, during the lunch hour. Like, I don't know, I just think it's a little overwhelming.
Students can use them before school, after school. Sometimes classes take them down to those areas. It's not necessarily for during your lunchtime or class time.
For looks.
For looks,
I really think that we should have, again, the freedom to move around and, make sure teachers know that where we are, and we shouldn't feel scared to leave the classroom of having, lunch monitors, hunt us down with, steak knives or, onions or something. I don't know. We should just have more freedom.
That segment was definitely helpful to make sure we're all aware of the new changes happening to Salem High.
I agree. We all need to remember the habit of getting a hall pass.
Let's take a break from our regularly scheduled program and take this time to bring awareness to the month of September.
September is National Suicide Awareness Month, and today we're going to learn a PSA more about it.
Like the PSA mentioned, you're not alone. If you or someone you know needs help, there are resources available.
This week, we received brand new school IDs for the school year. Take note of the information that they put in the back. Listed are the Salem High School main office phone number, See Something, Say Something phone number, and National Suicide Prevention Lifeline number, 1-800-273-TALK.
Next, we have Tritone, our 3 alternative rock stories in 3 minutes.
This is Tritone, a show where we go over 3 alternative rock-related news stories and see what people who don't know anything about the scene think about it in 3 minutes or less. Let's go. A new tour has been announced, the Hella Mega Tour, presented by Harley Davidson. The artists on this tour include Green Day, Fall Out Boy, Weezer, and The Interrupters. As these 4 artists are rather large, we are left wondering as to who will headline, or if they will go on shifts rotating who headlines depending on the day. Let's see what some students think of the lineup and who may headline.
I heard about this. I was so excited. I love Green Day. I love Fall Out Boy. I love Weezer. I love all of them.
I think it's cool, very known bands, I guess, for people who listen to that genre of music.
That's pretty interesting, Ever since I was young, I've always really liked Green Day. Weezer, I've heard of a couple of their songs, but Green Day specifically, I really enjoyed listening to as a kid.
The Hella Mega Tour, presented by Harley Davidson, is coming to Fenway Park August 27th, 2020. Tickets go on sale September 20th at 10 a.m. local time. Grab your tickets then, because they'll go quick. Last year, Ticketmaster quietly announced that they had bought Blink Identity, a facial recognition service. After the purchase, Ticketmaster had a test launch of using Blink Identity at several events to let people in. This meant that Ticketmaster wants to use your face as your ticket. Artists such as Anti-Flag and Tom Morello are boycotting the idea for reasons such as making people feel uncomfortable, among more reasons. I don't want Big Brother at my shows targeting fans for harassment, deportation, or arrest. That's why I'm joining this campaign calling on Ticketmaster and others not to use facial recognition at festivals and concerts. We spoke to some students to see what they thought about the matter.
Ooh, I don't know, I don't like that. I feel like I don't even like my Face ID on my phone. I just think it's weird.
This thing right here used to scan your thumbprint. Now it scans your face print and it's all under the same iCloud, number, security, whatever. The government already has that stuff, so it's not gonna change anything.
I don't know how I feel about that, because if you have someone who doesn't end up going or can't go, and you give their ticket to someone else, or they give their ticket to someone else, then they can't get into the event.
How would they identify that stuff, We don't know how reliable the software is, so this could easily be manipulated or something like that, or you could change over time.
In their Q1 report of 2018, in which they revealed the purchase of Blink Identity, Ticketmaster also stated a warning to fans, saying that there's a possibility of fans being arrested for outstanding charges or drug use at shows, and much more. Fever 333 has canceled all of their tour dates in September due to the health of lead vocalist Jason Allen Butler. The band released this statement. Due to complications from a lung condition, Jason Allen Butler has been advised to take a short medical leave from touring. The band plans on returning to tour on October 4th in Council Bluffs, Iowa. The music recommendation this week is You'll Never Find Me by Korn, off their new album titled The Nothing. This album has been proclaimed by Jonathan Davis the band's most emotionally heavy album ever. This particular track was the first single released from the album, and it has strong power throughout, and the breakdown towards the end of the track is definitely a headbanger. Give this track a listen. That's the end of this episode of Tritone. Come back next week for some more news and fresh perspectives.
Wow, now I'm wondering what going to a concert will be like in 10 years.
Me too. I wonder if going to the movies will have the same ticket system soon. This week for Movies in a Minute, I reviewed Dora and the Lost City of Gold. Let's take a look. I'm Grace Lumley, and welcome back to Movies in a Minute. For this third episode, we'll be reviewing Dora and the Lost City of Gold. This live-action movie adaptation of a childhood TV show classic was way better than I expected it to be. The movie follows Dora as she ventures into high school along with her cousin Diego after she'd lived in the jungle for several years prior. As Dora's parents set off to explore to find the Lost City of Gold, Dora tries to survive high school. When her class goes to the museum for a field trip, Dora, her cousin Diego, class president Sammy, and the school's outcast Randy get kidnapped. The group gets transported into the jungle by their kidnappers and attempt to either find the Lost City of Gold or Dora's parents. With plot twists and lots of exploring, Dora attempts to save her friends, family, and the Incan civilization. Though I'd only rate Dora and the Lost City of Gold 2 out of 5 Blue Devils, the movie hits home with its high levels of nostalgia. The film included many jokes that reference the TV show from my childhood. Along with the jokes, the costuming is very similar to how it was in the TV show, including Dora's purple backpack, her pink t-shirt, white sneakers, orange shorts, and yellow socks. Recreating and referencing the memorable and iconic TV show that Dora was really makes this movie what it truly is. Besides the nostalgia factor, the set design was really helpful in captivating the audience. The jungle scenes that made up most of the movie looked very realistic and believable, and it made it more enjoyable to watch. The movie did have me laughing occasionally, but the writing was one thing that could be improved. Though the movie was rated PG, I think that the high school characters could have had more relatable lines to today's high schoolers. The supporting child actors couldn't truly portray a real high schooler in today's society because of how immature the dialogue was. Though Dora is for children, I really felt that the PG rating limited the characters on what they could say and do. Like I'd mentioned earlier, I would rate Dora and the Lost City of Gold 2 out of 5 Blue Devils. I think the lead actress, Isabella Moner, who played Dora, did a great job portraying the childhood classic character. Thanks for watching this week. I'm Grace Lumley with Movies in a Minute, and remember, swipe or no swiping.
Now that's a throwback to my childhood. Maybe I should go check it out.
From movies to music, this week we have Neil Ray reviewing Amir Van's new EP during Music in a Minute.
It's so hard to say I'm sorry, it's so hard to self-reflect. Make the world a better place, I put a bullet in my head. I'm still running out of friends, steady running from the past. Ain't no little piece of heaven, all these demons that I have. I am broken, I am tired, I am lonely and depressed.
Welcome to Music in a Minute. I'm Neil Ray. Today we'll be looking at Amir Van's new album, Emmanuel. This is coming off the coattails. Brockhampton just released their new album, and Amir Van used to be part of Brockhampton. Unfortunately, they had to split up because of some controversy with Amir Van, had some sexual assault allegations. He wasn't charged with anything. He was proven not guilty in all cases and stuff like that, but still a lot of controversy, so he's no longer part of Brockhampton, which is really sad because I love Brockhampton, and Amir Van was such a great addition to that powerhouse. And so it kind of sucks to see them making music and not being not collaborating anymore, which is a shame. But I understand everyone has their reasons for everything. Aside from that, amazing album overall. Loved every single song. As much as I love him with Brockhampton, it's amazing. He stands alone so well. No features, nothing like that. Just straight up him. So good. First track, album title Emmanuel. Crazy. Starts off super quiet with these big bass kicks, and then he just hits you with straight up hard hitting, deep, this crazy monologue.
I am made up of mistakes, I'll start going down the list. I'm a product of my father, I'm an addict like my sister. I'm so sick I need a doctor.
Great opening track to set the tone for the album. I love it. Crazy, crazy track. Pop Trunk, unreal song. I don't quite like it as much as Glock 19, and it's not quite as deep as Emmanuel, but it's got a great hook. I love the beat. I'm not exactly sure who produced the album, but love the beat. So good. It's catchy, gets stuck in your head, and I don't know. It's just it has a good vibe to it. You know what I mean? It's a great song overall.
This my eulogy, dig into the roots of me, look into a serpent's eyes, I can spot my enemies.
Like I said, don't quite like it as much as Glock 19, but still really good song. Glock 19, unreal song. The second I heard it, I put it on my playlist. I liked the other ones a lot, but right when this song came on and it started playing, I was like, wow, this song's amazing.
Niggas talk till they get shot back like that. You don't want to end up like that. Flip it, then I bring it right back like that.
The beat it's so hard. It's just classic Amir, hitting you with just unreal. I can't give you a detailed analysis of it because it's just so good. You can't focus. You're just in it when you're listening to it. Such a good song. Absolutely love it. Next track up, Los Angeles. So good. Second favorite on the album. Very close, Glock 19. So catchy. Immediately stuck in your head. The hook goes so well with the verses. He comes into the beat's amazing. The verses are amazing. He's just going off straight. Absolutely love this song.
I say a prayer, hope the Lord forgive me. I took a pill and I hope I feel it. I miss living at the hospital. I miss living down in South Central. I remember back when it was simple.
So good, so catchy. It's deep enough to a point where the lyrics have meaning behind them. It makes sense, it forms something, but also it's catchy enough to make you want to keep listening. Sunday Night, absolutely great song. Catchy, the beat is great. The beat complements his flow so well. And he's name dropping a little bit. He's talking about Mike Tyson, The rhymes are just so good in this song because you can hear it so well with the beat.
I be on that kryptonite. I be on that shit they lie. I be sliding on them blazing faded on a Sunday night.
This song is so good, and it's got a great hook, so I love this song as well. Sunday Night, such a great song. Thumbs up on Sunday Night. Okay, the final song of the EP, Plastic. Such a good song. Love it. Don't quite like it as much as a few of the others, but still really good. He goes with a different flow. It's kind of quieter. It's kind of more like, I don't know, like a one track kind of he's going through. He's not really pausing a lot. He's kind of just spitting, which, like, don't get me wrong, is good. I personally like some of the other songs' flows better, personally.
You could be in pain, but the world turn. Can't think straight, but I still learn. Cow tape aim, but I still ran. I've been on the run every day since.
But this is still a great song. I love the beat. It's very Brockhampton type beat. You know, a lot of the stuff that they would definitely would have rapped on, but still goes so well with the album. I love it. Great way to cap it off. Thank you guys again for tuning in to Music in a Minute. I'm Neil Ray, and you should definitely go check out Emmanuel, new EP by Amir Van. Super good. Love it. Check it out. Thanks for watching.
Now that our music and our entire lives are on our phones, we have to be cautious with what we post online.
This week, our very own Val and Emma asked SHS students about their use of social media.
90% of teens ages 13 to 17 use at least one platform of social media. Social media plays a big role in the lives of today's youth. Today, we asked SHS students about the precautions they take on social media.
How concerned are you about the image and reputation you portray on your social media?
I'm honestly very concerned because it tells a lot about yourself, and people don't see you outside of social media. So if you post something bad, they're going to think badly of you.
It's out there. Employers and colleges can look at that and see. It's telling about yourself.
I'm like pretty concerned about it. I want to make sure I'm putting my best self forward on social media.
We both play sports, so we have to keep a clean slate on any social media we post. Just have to be very careful about what we're doing.
I think more carefully for Instagram for sure, but Snapchat, because it disappears after a few hours, definitely I think less carefully about Snapchat.
Has social media caused or escalated a problem in your personal life?
I mean, kind of. Political live, was awful.
Yeah. Someone tried to get in a fight with me on social media once, and I mean, I guess like at the beginning of it, I didn't really respond too well, but I learned from it. That's the biggest thing.
Do you have a Finsta?
I do, but I have not used it in months.
Some teens make a spam account, otherwise known as a Finsta or fake Instagram, where they post whatever they want for just them and their close friends to see.
I do. I mean, I don't tend to like to post anything too revealing, especially because I also have another like presence of my singing and stuff. I don't like to post anything too revealing that could ever be used against me.
I have a private account, and I don't really care.
If you don't post anything on social media you don't want to see, you shouldn't do it. So it's always going to come back to you.
It's interesting to see how differently people use their social media.
And to conclude our episode for this week, we have a preview for next week's Into the Halls.
Oh, I almost didn't see you there. Hello, welcome to SHS Into the Halls. I'm your host, Ryan Judge. After our last episode, we all felt it was best to fight one away for a little while. And needless to say, I'm doing much better now. The therapists at the asylum did a very great job of electrozapping my brain into normalcy. Long gone are the days of hilarious madness and stupidity. We are now a wholesome, family-friendly, and more importantly, sane segment now. And without further ado, welcome to the new and improved SHS Into the Halls.
Lincoln X-ray 985 should come back okay. 10-4, if you can just put them out in the, something like that, I might not be leaving it note. Find the electronic and remove it. Find the electronic and remove it.
Hello, welcome to Into the Halls, the greatest show to have ever been.
And I'm back, new witnesses.
and welcome into this episode Into the Halls.
Well, Salem High, that's all we have for you today.
Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.